Hello, today we are going to start lesson 5.8, which is on graphing systems of inequalities. So if we remember anything about inequalities, whenever we have a solid line, we use a less than or equal to symbol or a greater than or equal to symbol. Whenever we have a solid line, we use a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to symbol. And whenever we have a dotted line, we use a less than or a greater than symbol, a less than or a greater than symbol. Then, if we shade above the line, we use a greater than symbol. And if we shade below the line, we use a less than symbol. Above the line gets a greater than symbol, and below the line gets a less than symbol. So, this would be answer choice 1. This would be number 2. This would be 3. And one of these I did wrong. Let me see what I did wrong here. This is a solid line, it's above the line, so it gets that symbol. That's good. So this would be answer choice 1. Then less than symbol would be answer choice 2. Greater than symbol would be number 3, and this would be number 4. Yep. Alrighty. So today we are going to be graphing systems of inequalities and interpreting their solution set. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be graphing two linear inequalities on one equation. Let's say which linear inequality represents the graph. First, we have to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is here is 2. We went up 2 to start. So I need to have a plus 2 in my equation, which here I do, and here I do. Now let's look at our slope. Let's find two real points. We could use this and this point. No. Where's a real point? Oh, here's a real point. We went up 2 over 1, meaning that our slope is going to be 2 over 1, which would be answer choice B. And let's make sure I like that symbol. We did shade below, which this is a less than symbol, which represents below. So answer choice B. Nice job. Alright, let's see. Which linear inequality represents the solution of this linear inequality? Well, if it's this symbol, I need a solid line, which they're all solid, okay. Now I need to shade below. It wouldn't be this because that's shading above, that's shading below, this is shading below, and this is shading above, so it wouldn't be that. Now, if it's -2, that means I need to start at -2. Both of these start at -2. And if my slope is -1, that means my line needs to go down, so it would be answer choice C. Nice. Alright, let's look at this next question. Let's review the rules for graphing inequalities. This would get a dotted line. This would also get dotted. This would get a solid, and this would get a solid. And now above or below. Less than symbols get below. Less than symbol gets below. Where greater than symbols get above, and greater than symbol gets above. Nice. Alright, so let's finally start looking at solutions of systems of linear inequalities. If we graph this, we start at 5, then we go down 2 to the left 1, down 2 to the left 1. Then this one, we start at 0, and then we would go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, and we would shade. This one you would have a dotted line that you would shade above, and this one you would have a dotted line that you would shade below. Then when we graph both of these, we're eventually going to have an area where both shaded sections overlap, and that's called our solution set. And usually we put an S in that little area so we see which is the solution set. Alright, let's practice this. Let's see, is the point 2, 1 a solution of the system? Well, let's see, if I go 2, 1, the point would be right here. I would say yes because it's in the shaded section, so yes. Yes, because 2, 1 is in the overlapping shaded section. But if it was on the dotted line, we would have to say no. We do not like points that are on the dotted line, only points that are on the solid line. Alright, let's test this point. This point 2, 1 for this system would not be it because this is only in one of their shaded section. 2, 1 is not a solution because it is only in one inequalities shaded section, not both. Alrighty. Now, how are we going to graph systems of linear inequalities? We're first going to graph linear inequality. Please make sure we use the correct line, dotted or solid, then shade in the correct direction. Then we are going to graph the next inequality, and then we're going to see where both the shaded sections overlap, and we're going to put a big S to represent the solution set. Alright, let's try this. Let's graph this first one. We'll put this one in blue. So, negative 6x minus 2. Negative 2 means we're going to go down 2. The negative 6 means we're going to go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and to the right 1. Now I can't go down anymore, so we're going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to the right 1. Then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to the left 1, I meant to say. Alright, now that's not equal to, so we're just going to put a dotted line. I'm going to put my arrows, and I'm going to label this. This is y is greater than negative 6x minus 2. Because it's greater than, that means I need to shade above. So I'm going to shade above. Alright, let's go to the other one. That's a 2, so I'm going to start at plus 2, up 2. Now 2 over 3, so up 2 to the right 3. Up 2 to the right 3. Up 2 to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2 to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Now down 2, 1, 2 to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, 1, 2 to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, 1, 2 to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 2, 1, 2 to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is equal to, so I'm going to put a solid line. I'm going to put my arrows, and I'm going to label it y is less than or equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. Now, since it's less than, that means I need to shade below, so I would go like this. And as you can see, this is the area where the two shaded sections overlap, so I'm going to put a big S. And any point in that shaded section or on the dot on the solid line would be a solution to the system of inequalities. Alright, let's try this next one. Ooh, I can't start graphing this until it says y equals. So to make this say, well, not y equals, it would be y is less than or greater than. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That will give me negative 3y is less than negative x plus 6. Then divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. I will get y. Because I'm dividing by a negative, I need to flip my inequality symbol. Then it'll be 1 over 3x minus 2. Alright, negative 2, we're going to go down 2. Then 1 over 3, we're going to go up 1 to the right 3. Up 1 to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 1 to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 1 to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. Now let's go down 1 to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Down 1 to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Down 1 to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Down 1 to the left 3. Perfect. And now it's just a greater than symbol, so I'm going to use a dotted line. I'm going to label it with the original inequality. And because it is greater than, that means I need to shade above, so it would be this whole section. Alright, and let's look at the other one. We need to make it y equals, so subtract this x, subtract this x. I'll have 4y is less than or equal to negative x plus 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. I'll have y is less than or equal to negative 1 over 4x plus 1. Alright, plus 1 means we start at 1, and then negative 1 means we go down 1 to the right 4. Down 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, up 1. To the left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that is less than or equal to, so we are going to connect the points with a solid line. Put our arrows. I'm going to label it with the original inequality, x plus 4y is less than or equal to 4. And since it's the less than symbol, that means I shade below. So this right here would be the section where the shaded area overlaps. So that would be our solution set. And let's look at this example, the first one. X plus y is greater than or equal to 1. Subtract the x to get rid of that. That would give us y is less than or equal to negative x plus 1. Plus 1 means we go up 1. And now negative 1 for our slope means we go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. And we'll keep going down to the right 1. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. And we're going to connect the points since it's equal to. And we will put arrows on both sides, and let's label it with the original inequality. Good. And now that is a greater than symbol, so we are going to shade above. Alright, and let's look at the next one. Add x to both sides. We will get y is less than or equal to x plus 5. No, greater than or equal to x plus 5. So we're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And now, if our slope is just 1, that just means we go up 1 to the right 1. Up 1 to the right 1. And now, because this is also equal to, we're going to connect them. And we're going to label it y minus x is greater than or equal to 5. And now that is a greater than symbol, which means we're going to shade above. So our overlapping section would be right here. That's our solution set. Anywhere in that area or on a solid line would be a solution to the system of inequalities. Alrighty. Alright, let's graph this last one. You want to pause the video and try to graph your own to see if you learned what we learned today. Alright, for the first one, it is not in y equals form, so we need to make it in y equals form. First thing I will do is I will get rid of the 3x, so I'm going to subtract 3x, subtract 3x. That will give me 2y is less than negative 3x plus 12. Then I'm going to divide all three things by 2. And it's a positive 2, so I don't need to flip my sign. And that'll leave me with y is less than negative 3 over 2 x plus 6. Alright, so now let's look at it. This means our b is 6. We're going to start by going up 6. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then our m, our slope, is negative 3 over 2. This means that we go down 3 to the right 2. Let's do it again. And again. And one more time. And now we could also go up 3 to the left 2. And up 3 to the left 2. And this would be a dotted line since there's no equal to part. And we like to put our arrows on both sides. Good. I'm going to label it 3x plus 2y is less than 12. And then because the less than symbol, we shade below. Perfect. And now let's look at the next one. We need to get rid of that negative in front of the y, so I'm going to divide by negative 1. When dividing by negative 1, I will have to flip my symbol. And that will leave me with negative 1x plus 5. This means my b is a positive 5, which means I go up 5. And then my m, my slope, is negative 1. So I go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. So it looks like my line is going down. And then this would be a solid line since I see the equal to part. And because the less than symbol, I shade below. Perfect, and let me label it. Negative y is greater than or equal to x minus 5. Because this is the part where they intersect, I put a big S here. And that is my solution set. Any point that is in that area or is on a solid line counts as an actual point to the solution of the system of inequalities. And that wraps up our lesson. When graphing, make sure we first have it in y, then make sure you look if it should be above or below, and then look if it should be dashed or dotted.